Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you. I know it's been a while, so I'm going to run you down on some quick updates. So basically, last videos I posted was with the 22 rimfire at 100 yards or so, and after that all my cameras decided to stop working. All my cameras beside my phone camera that I'm recording this through. And I just never got around to getting any more cameras to film stuff. And then I got busy with other things because I just don't do, obviously YouTube videos and just work and all that. I also coach Little League sports. So I got busy with that. With all that said and no cameras, a lot of you wondered how would I do, and I also wondered how I would do in a competition using 22 LR, because obviously I show a lot of videos with great results using a factory Ruger 10/22 and saying that this gun can keep up with other guns and all this and that in past videos and all that good stuff. So what I want to go over with you and the gist of this video is I started shooting ARA, which is American Rimfire Association, and I took this gun and shot in a factory class match. Now if you don't know what that is, they have a website and you can go on and look up the rule book and all this and that and read through the rules and make sure your gun basically is on the list, the approved list, if you are running a factory unmodified gun. Now if your 10/22 or any other gun has been altered, you have to run a different class. It can't be the factory class. So I took my factory out-of-the-box 10/22 and with the modifications that they allow per the rules, which you can attach a bipod, you can change out the trigger housing and trigger system and all that. You can even crown the muzzle if you want. But all I did is change out from a factory trigger to a BX trigger in this gun. And the reason for that is, as you see, I shot this exact setup at a 50-yard bench rest match. And it did really well. Now, the reason why I changed out to the BX trigger, not only because it was lighter, and it's not just because it was lighter, I should say, it's because it broke consistently. For some odd reason, I think that's what happens with the factory Ruger 10/22 triggers, and the last time I had this on video, I was using the factory trigger. I could easily group with CCI standard velocity at 50 yards, as you guys seen, and it can be covered by a dime, and that was the last video I did with this setup. But that was using bags and letting the gun recoil itself on my bench here at 50 yards, and I switched to a bipod. Now I typically do not shoot with bipods because, in my opinion, I just don't care to, but I found out that this gun likes to be shot with a BX trigger because it breaks consistently and you're depending on that recoil to cycle the action. But not only that, the recoil itself can increase or decrease your accuracy. And yes, if your bolt is being thrown too hard back, and you have a bipod on it, or you're shooting off bags, the bags you can't really tell that well. But if you're shooting with a bipod and that bolt just comes back and slams into that steel bolt pin in here, it's going to throw your gun everywhere and you can't really hold on to it. So like I said, I switched to the BX trigger, and it's breaking, I think, around 2 pounds or so, something like that last time I checked it. So anyway, that's the setup, and you can see I'm running a higher bipod than usual because it is the range that I went to, it is a straight shot out, but the target stand is about, I think, 4 or 5 feet off the ground. So the targets are really high off the ground. I typically shoot down at the ground. That's why I went with this bipod, and I obviously used the back bag. And other than that, it's a pretty factory Ruger 1022, and it's classified as the factory class. So, as you can see, I was using standard velocity again through this gun during competition. And I took it to a 4-card match, and basically one card is 25 shots if you never shot ARA. 25 scoreable targets, I should say. You get as many sighters as you want within 20 minutes per match, per card. So if there's a 4-card match, usually shoot for 20 minutes, time's up, take a couple minute break. You get a warm-up period, obviously, before you start shooting for the whole day. But you get about 5 minutes to warm up. You start your first card. Once the time's up, they pick the card off the backer board downrange. They allow you to go set up your targets any orientation you want, whether it's sideways or up and down. Then you get a couple minutes to clean your gun if you wish. I'll go into detail about that. And that's pretty much it. Now, with that said, with the factory class, there's a different target. If you're shooting unlimited, I'm sure obviously the guys that shoot unlimited know that, but the unlimited target, you have to keep your shots more consistent. Now the difference between the targets is, factory class, you have to keep your shot within the edge of a nickel, basically, if you can picture that, without breaking the line. So ARA is based off breaking the line, the outer edge. If you break that outer edge, you get less points. And that's how they rule it. They put a 224 plug in the hole that your bullet made and your target and score it that way. They don't score inward, they score outward. So if you break that outer edge, you get less points no matter how close it is. So anyways, now as you've seen here, like I said, I shot factory class, so I had to keep all my shots within the nickel edge without breaking the edge. And if I break the edge, I get less points. So if you keep your shots within a nickel, you get 100 points. So 2,500 is a perfect score, 25 X's, which so far as I know, that's never been done. I think the record right now is 7 X's, but anyway, shot my first card. This gun averages at home here. I'll show you the targets at home before I get into the actual match. So when I first got this gun set up the way I wanted, and shooting again CCI standard velocity for $4.99 a box, I scored myself, and this gun averages about 18 to 1900 here on my home range. And 18 to 1900, you got to think every other shot is either 50 or 100. So you can see a lot of these targets, these are actually 50-meter targets, but I resized them so that this is the bull is the actual size of a nickel. You can see I did really well practicing it here at home, getting ready for my match. So 50 yards again, and I know people love to call my ranges out and say that it's not 50 yards, but I mean, you can't deny the results here. If I'm shooting 1875 or between 1800 and 1900 here at the house, and that's what I'm getting at the actual competition. So I can't complain that my results that I'm getting here at home are about the same as I'm getting actually at the match, because I'm here relaxed, obviously, and there I'm being timed, and I'm actually, you know, you have people beside you shooting. Here I don't, so I'm more relaxed here, obviously, so I'm going to probably score just a hair higher. Now, with that said, this rifle, again, shooting as good as it does, I shot my first card, and it averaged, it was a 1790, and shot my second card, it was a 1835. Now, like I said, every other shot was either a 50 or 100 on these to range to get that score. As you can see, some of them I shot hundreds back to back to back, but a lot of them I was shooting my target sideways, and there's one card here I shot 100 all the way across. I don't know which one it was. I think it was my second one. But anyways, you can see the scoring method here. So if you break that center edge, that center bowl edge, that's 50 points, and you break the next edge, that's 25, the next edge, and that's 10. But on average, again, I shoot either 100 or 50 every other shot to get that score. And obviously I have to shoot probably about, I get between 12 to 1500s out of a 25 scoreable target. But you can see the first two targets combined averaged around 1800. Now the next two targets here that I shot, the actual scoring machine broke on this card, but you can see it lowered down below 1700, and there's a reason for that. So to answer the reason behind that is I started so late in this season for ARA because I shot this in actually July, I think it was July 9th or July 8th, whatever that Saturday was. But I shot so late in the season that I didn't care about where I placed at, because obviously the people who shoot ARA all the time, the more you shoot and the actual higher you place, the more points you get. So since I don't shoot ARA all the time and I started so late in the season, it's a hot one today, my ranking is not going to be great. So all I could do is every match that I go to is increase my placement to get more points. So this match I placed 5th. Now circling back, the reason why the second two cards were not as good as the first two, I didn't clean the barrel. If you watch these guys, if you go, they actually swab the barrel or patch it every match. I brushed this barrel before I went and just shot a couple siders on my first couple targets here, on my first two targets. I think I shot a total of 5 siders on the first card and 3 siders on the second card after a clean barrel, and you could see that they shot very, very well. And I didn't shoot consistently at home here where I was cleaning the barrel every time because I didn't care to. So I just took it again to the match to see what it can do. And obviously what I was saying in past videos, it definitely shows for itself here. So I just wanted to share these results with you guys with what this setup can do. If you ever wondered what a factory Ruger 1022 can do in a competition, basically against all bolt actions and using very high-end match grade ammo, whether it's Elay, Lapua, or whatever, you know, this gun shoots very, very well, especially set up the way I got it. And again, I don't shoot with bipods all the time, so I'm surprised, but it did very, very well. Because I usually shoot from bags myself. And another thing I want to hit on before I end the video is that if you ever shoot these matches and you've never been to one, definitely check your targets. Just because they scored you that number doesn't mean you can't protest it. You gotta remember, these guys that are doing this, depending on how many shooters there are across the benches, are trying to hurry up and get it done so you can see your score. And they usually post the first card of the match. If you're shooting like a 4-card match like I was doing here, they usually post the very first card at like the beginning of the 3rd card. So, you know, again, it just depends on how many shooters there are. But if there's only a couple guys doing the scoring, it could take them a minute and they can slip, and you might have to have your card rescored like I have here. Basically, everybody had to have their card rescored. So it went from a 1660 to a 1835, basically, because what happened was they wanted to claim I got 50 points there, and I told them I didn't break that edge. And they put the plug in it and rescored it. And all these scores you could see online, you could search me up and actually see my score, so I can't lie and tell you guys that I score better or less, because it's public record now on the website of ARA. So yeah, I mean, that's what this gun did, and that's what I've been up to, really. That's pretty much it. And now hunting season started. You'll probably be seeing this gun out in the squirrel woods, maybe with some videos that I will post, because I've already been. And definitely an accurate gun. I know as much people love to talk good or bad on the channel. The Ruger 1022, for what it is, and if you get it set up the way you want and legal for the match that you're shooting, if you shoot ARA with it, just to see what it's capable of. Again, I was shooting CCI standard velocity the whole time, like I do here at the house, you know, because all this shooting is for bragging rights. To me, this does not define how good you can be or with the rifle that you're shooting. This does not define that. Now, it's nice to know, in my opinion, when the accuracy falls off, and I've said that in the videos, where if you notice the accuracy starts to fall off in your rifle, clean it, and it should go back, and which it does. And as you've seen the video I did with this before I stopped posting videos, where I was shooting at 50 yards and showing you the groups in real time, where 5 shots can be covered by a dime after getting it seasoned back in from cleaning the gun, from switching from different ammo. You can see it here as to why I say that. Now, if I shot, let's see, first card here. If I shot 5 sighters plus the scoreable target, so that's 30 shots. I took 3 sighters plus the 25, so that's about 50 shots until when the accuracy falls off. And then I got to clean the barrel again because the following cards were not as great. So it's kind of crazy. It's starting to make sense now as to why, ammo is made in around 50 round packs. That I'm starting to see here. Maybe it's just a coincidence, I don't know, but I thought you guys would like to know, because that's crazy that after about 50 rounds your accuracy falls off again. But then again, it just depends on how much the lead of the bullet itself is fouling the barrel, and how much powder is staying in the barrel that's clogging the rifling up and fouling it out. So anyways, I thought I would share this because many have asked what it would do in competition, or what I would do. So I wanted to share results with you on that. And just because, like I said, this does not define how good a person can actually shoot, in my opinion. Groups are one thing, but when you're sitting there switching and you only get 1 shot per target, that's a whole nother animal. So I think I did fairly well. Like I said, it was either 50 or 100 points every other shot to get this score. And after the first 2 cards, like I said, the accuracy fell off. I didn't clean the gun. I'm so far along in the season, I started so late that it doesn't bother me where I rank. I just wanted to see, like I said in the videos I made in the past, telling people that my Ruger can keep up with certain things, and I think that proves it here, especially with budget ammo, because I've been seeing a lot of the actual ARA guys that actually post on YouTube, and some of their bolt actions can't do this with this ammo, which is surprising. But then again, it depends on how well it's set up, in my opinion, and if the barrel is seasoned to that ammo, and then once you find out where it falls off. But that's all I got to say, and just a little channel update at the beginning there. Hope you enjoyed it or seen what a Ruger 1022 can do, again, for ARA or at 50 yards, and see that because this being so inexpensive target ammo, it did what it did, and I have no complaints. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you've seen what a Ruger 1022 can do in competition. And like I said, years ago, you might see me around in these competitions. So other than that, the last thing I wanted to say was I was sitting next to an unlimited class guy, and he goes, "You know that gun you got there?" And I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He goes, "It's just as accurate as the rest of them." So I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you around.